Hi everyone, this is Nikhil from IBD India, and today we have with us Dhaval Patel from Codebasics. He's a very popular YouTuber who teaches Python and other data science and AI skills via his YouTube channel called Codebasics, which has over 1.5 million subscribers. He has also been living with ulcerative colitis since 2011 and has had a very successful entrepreneurial journey despite the disease. He has joined our initiative since a year now and has been a very big supporter of us and has helped several members in the community as well. So today we are sitting with him to learn a little bit about his own journey, how he has dealt with the disease throughout his work in his personal life. And he's currently in India, and we'll ask him a bit about his travels as well. So, hi Dhaval, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Welcome
Thank you.
to India.
Thank you. We are at Nikhil's home. Thanks for hosting me.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure. So, tell us about, when you first, how easy was the process of diagnosis for you? Was it very easy, like being in the United States, or was it difficult?
United States has a good healthcare system. So it's not like UK or Canada where the wait time for colonoscopy is huge. So I was getting blood, and initially it was diagnosed as piles. So they removed piles using rubber band ligation, and then bleeding did not stop. So doctor said, let's do colonoscopy. So I got the appointment, and it was a smooth process. So when they said I have ulcerative colitis, I actually did not know what it is. But my wife is in medical field, so she gave me some idea. And that's how it began. But the process was easier. Diagnosis was,
Okay. Okay, so you had a fairly quick diagnosis then.
Yes.
So when you learned about like what ulcerative colitis is through your wife and through the internet, I think, like what were your first thoughts? What went through your mind? Like how did you feel about this diagnosis?
I lived a very controlled life. I was not eating outside. I used to do meditation and all that. And my mom used to say that this person will never have a disease because my lifestyle was very good. And when I got it, of course, I was under a shock. And the first thing that you do is you go to Google.
Yeah.
And when you do Google, you all know what happens, right?
Yeah.
It shows all kind of crazy things. And it was a bit shocking for me. And I got a bit sad that this thing happened to me, and doctor said that it's gonna live with me forever. So it was kind of like an emotional shock, and it took me some time to kind of accept that. See, in the initial phase, I think if anyone watching who has colitis, this is the phase that everybody goes through, which is acceptance. Yeah. First, we don't accept, okay, no, this cannot happen with me. Because in my family, nobody had this. My lifestyle was also good. And I was looking at other people having all kind of junk food, pizza, uncontrolled lifestyle, high stress, and they are not having it. Why am I having it? Yeah. So it took me some time to accept it. And once I accepted this, it became actually my quality of life improved a lot. When I was fighting with it, I was a bit stressed out and I was having a lot of struggle. So that was my initial time period dealing with the disease.
I think a lot of patients would relate to this, that they didn't engage in a lot of, junk food or like any other like things. Still they got this disease, and then it comes as a big shock. And everyone asks this like, why me question. It's very difficult to accept that you have this disease now, which is going to be with you for life. And like you have shared in your YouTube channel also about your own journey and all. So tell us like how you built Codebasics from, like how you, you have told us before that you started teaching Python in the middle of your flares and all. So tell us a bit about that.
So I was going through bad flare. There was a lot of bleeding, and they were giving me prednisone. So steroids and all that, right? Like restrictions on your eating. I was confined to my home. And in US, even social life is not that great. So you are kind of isolated in your home. It's cold and cloudy outside. So I was feeling a bit depressed. at that time, I used to listen to this podcast called Smart Passive Income by Pat Flynn. And he mentioned one sentence which stuck with me. He said that you can't control the events which happens to your life, but you can control the reaction, how you react to it. That was a very powerful statement. So what I did is, I started finding a way where I can distract my mind. Because if I'm sitting alone, right, I will do Google, I will read through all the forums, and that more than helping, it will put you in depression and all that. Yeah. So I said, okay, I need some time, let's say weekly, few hours, where I'm not thinking about my disease. And at that time, I started noting down, okay, what can I do? So I had interest in photography, poetry, and all that. So I literally took note and pen and started listing it down. And one thing that came out was my explanation. So in past, some of my colleagues have given me this feedback that you explain things really well. So I said, okay, how do I use this raw skill to contribute to the world, where for the hours where I'm teaching, I'm not thinking about my disease, and at the same time, that whatever I'm doing will help somebody in a selfless way. So I had no plan of YouTube monetization, nothing. I did not know anything. I just wanted to help people. And that's when I started teaching Python, because I was working at Bloomberg. I was doing programming in Python for many years, and it was easier, right? So whatever I was doing, I just wanted to share it. So I bought a camera, and I bought a software, Camtasia software. I started recording Python videos, and initially I would just record it. Nobody will watch it. Okay. At that time, I remember there were 10 or 15 different Python channels. So, but my goal was not to increase the views or monetization and things like that. And that's how I kept on posting videos. And once in a while, I will get this thank you comment, which gave me so much happiness and fulfillment. And my happiness level started rising. So I was still going through the physical pain because my disease was not still, it was same. But at least mentally, I started improving. And then I just kept on doing it for a long time. And eventually it grew to a level where I was able to quit my job and do it full time.
So, like, did it help you, deal better with the disease? And do you feel like that helped you achieve remission or like a stable quality of life?
100%, 100%. So, at that point when I was going through this struggle, I had already worked in the industry, software industry for 14, 15, I think 10 or 15 years. And I was already getting saturated, like same thing, go work, 9 to 6 job. It was not exciting. But this YouTube experiment was pretty exciting, because I post a video and somebody from Nigeria will say that, okay, this video helped me in my college a project, and I really want to thank. So, and then I remember one day I got on a call with somebody. There was a college student from some village in India, and I would help him debug his issues via Zoom or whatever software. And it gave me so much pleasure that, look, I'm connecting with a total stranger living in a other corner of the world, and I'm able to make a little positive impact.
Contribution to their life.
Yeah. So that was very interesting and exciting, something which I had never done before. So it, as I mentioned before, it improved my mental health drastically, because now I was having a purpose to live. See, previously it was like do the job 9 to 6, take care of family, and it was not that exciting. But here I'm finding a purpose where I can educate using the knowledge that I have gained working in the industry. So that helped me tremendously on mental health front. And they say that when you have a strong willpower to live, the universe will help you. Your brain will produce hormones that will help you with your health. your mind will be in a sane condition.
Yeah.
You will have less suffering, basically. So 100% it helped. And when I got to a point where my channel grew to a level where I was able to quit my job, I felt as if this is a miracle. And then I started thinking, ulcerative colitis came as a blessing in disguise. If it did not happen in my life, I would be living a very pretty average, mediocre life where you do like 9 to 6 job and do whatever most of the people do, right? But here, it not only gave me the purpose of living, it also increased my risk-taking ability. Because there was time period where I was questioning, okay, if I'll live for next 5 years or not. I was going through that much suffering. And when that happens, your perception of time, your outlook towards life totally changes. And I was like, okay, live life in this moment, live like king.
Yeah.
And my risk-taking ability increased. My general attitude towards people increased.
Yeah.
I was more empathetic. And when that transformation happened, I started viewing the world in a very, very positive light. So let's say if a person, my colleague, or let's say some random person doesn't behave with me properly, I would be okay. I'll be very patient. I'll be, accepting those people as they are. And that in turn increase my happiness level. And we all know that in IBD, your stress level can trigger your flare.
Yes, yeah.
So my theory is, if the stress can trigger a flare, then the anti-stress, which is the opposite
effect, can also happen.
State of stress, which is extreme happiness, acceptance, love, compassion, can also decrease the disease activity. And this has been proven in many research papers, right? Yeah. Like the other day, we were having a seminar where we said, where we are going through some research papers where yoga, mindfulness, compassion, there is this whole field of epigenetics which is emerging. Yeah. And it just says that the more you have those positive emotions, your disease activity will go down.
Definitely. And I was actually going to ask you, so like, if ulcerative colitis had not happened, like, do you think you would have found this path or like, lived the same life? Like in retrospect, like, do you think like it played a role in you finding out that this was the thing that you enjoy and that, gave you a sense of purpose? Or like even without it, you feel like there was a high chance you could have, stumbled upon the same things?
So if this did not happen, I still had that yearning to do something. But in that case, I was a very conservative guy. My father is a teacher. He told me that, okay, beta, work as a teacher. Do not do business. In my family, no one has done business. It's just me and my brother who did this. Oh. So I think my risk-taking ability would have been much lower. And also, I might not have found the passion for teaching. It's like a hidden potential which I had in me, but I did not know that I am good in teaching. I started teaching at 34. Before that, I was a software engineer. Yeah. And if, let's say, this painful moments did not occur, I don't think I had that retrospect where I literally note down things, and I started contributing to the world. And let's say if I had done this for the sake of doing business, my approach would have been different and my success would have been very different. But here I was doing selflessly and people recognize that, okay, this guy is doing selflessly and he's really adding value. And then they started engaging more on my content. So I truly believe that if this did not happen, I would not have achieved whatever success or whatever I have achieved, the different path where I am traveling. I don't think it would have been possible.
And do you think so you basically get a lot of satisfaction from the work that you do. So do you think like that plays a role in maintaining your work-life balance, in maintaining your mental health, and that helps you cope, better with the disease?
100%. There is no doubt about it. See, when I do this work, it's a video recording, so it's kind of very passive. So I do it at my own time. So I get a lot of flexibility. I work from home all the time. I can travel anywhere. I don't have a boss basically. So in winter in US, it's very harsh actually. So it gets dark at 4 o'clock. It's very gloomy weather. So now what I do is every year I travel to India in winter for 2 or 3 months. So I'm escaping that gloomy time period. So that definitely has impact on your mental health. Second, since I have flexibility of recording, see right now we are sitting in Delhi, we are recording. I can record from anywhere.
Yeah.
It gives me a lot of freedom actually. I can go anywhere. I don't have a fixed time schedule like 9 to 6. I don't. The boundaries of week and weekend has also blurred. So on a random Tuesday, if I don't feel like working, I don't. I go out for a walk or I do whatever. I do book reading and all that. And on Sunday, let's say if I feel like working, I work on that day. So definitely that mental freedom has a positive net impact on your stress level. So I believe once I left my job, my stress level are probably negative. I would not say even zero, it's probably negative. I'm not having any stress in my life. And this sense of purpose it has increased my will to live and will to contribute to the world so much that I'm thinking that my brain is producing those hormones which kind of helps me in my disease. So I still have flares. I still have some disease activity, but it is better compared to what I used to have before. And my way of dealing with it has also drastically improved. So previously, let's say if you get a blood, I will just freak out. Panic. Nowadays, I'm very calm. Okay, blood, theek hai. It's okay. I will deal with it. I go to doctor. I do my treatment, some natural ways, right? Yoga, meditation. I do all of that. But I'm not panicking. So my reaction has changed and I'm much more in a calm state.
Yeah. So basically you found your own way and, by doing this work, you contributed positively to your own mental health and that enabled you to cope better with the disease. Now we have a lot of young patients in India who are listening to us and again, who are suffering from this disease. And, what would you say to them? All these students that are in colleges or early professionals, obviously we provide therapy services and all that. But other than that, what changes can they make in their own life, which kind of, again, makes them capable of, developing some good, developing mental resilience and, good mental health, which in turn helps them cope better with the disease. So what can they do, which would kind of help them, become a better person at handling the disease and again, facing it without any fear, not panicking and dealing with it in a more calm manner. What do you think? What can a young professional or a student do?
When a young person goes through, let's say when they first get diagnosed, I can understand that it takes an emotional toll on them. And it is okay, folks, right? If you are feeling low, it's fine. If you feel like you want to cry, please do that. Let your emotion go out and then start looking at this thing in a very mature way, based on my life journey, even based on your journey, Nikhil, right? You also went through this Crohn's journey and you are going through a lot of tough time. And the way you channelize this frustration or whatever negativity you had in your brain, you channelized in a proper tunnel so that it became a positive, some positive thing at the end, right? You started IBD India out of this. So there are ways, there are stories where you can channelize this frustration, this sadness, this suffering in a right way, and you can get a very positive outcome out of it. And that positive outcome is for you, your family, and for the society.
Yeah.
So that changing the attitude of looking at disease is, I think, the most fundamental thing anyone can work on. See, anything else remaining things will fall apart. But your basic way of looking at that event, that, okay, this disease happened to you, how do you view it? And how do you want to use that as an opportunity, actually? So suffering gives you a lot of opportunity. You look at even history. Let's say we have this computer. Computer was invented by Alan Turing during the darkest time period of World War II.
Yeah.
Majority of the innovations, even if you look at these great people like politicians, saints, scientists, some of the great work that they have done has come out from the dark corners of their life.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, destiny has chosen you for this, then the way you can perceive it is, okay, I have something great. I'm about to do something great in my life. Now, see, this is not a motivational talk, folks. This is something that I have lived as a first-hand experience. You are living it as well. And I know many people who have gone through this kind of transformative journey. So we are not just saying just to motivate you all. It actually works. It's like gravity. It's like law of nature, that you think that something positive is going to come out, and it's a journey. See, you will not get immediate answer.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, like, I think again, you have to detach yourself. Like in that moment, like, don't think that you are doing it to get better. Like, just do it because like you want to do it, kind of thing.
Yes.
And it happens automatically once you keep doing it. I think, what I can say is, like, I don't know how you felt in those moments, but like when you were thinking about, like, what should I do? Like, were you actually thinking ki I want to build a business out of it?
No.
Or you were just like thinking ki I just want to do something to kind of, be away from the disease, like you said, right? Not think about the disease. So I think that is one of the crucial things, that once this diagnosis happens, like, all the thoughts are about ourselves and this disease. That is what we have to break.
Yes. It's a vicious cycle. You have to break. See, we make ourselves the center of the universe.
Yeah.
But the way universe functions is very different. We are just like a small player in this big game. And we are just doing our thing. Okay. Whatever role you have been assigned as a father, mother, son, as an engineer, as an employee, as a citizen living in a country, you are playing your role. So don't make ourselves just the center of the universe.
Yeah.
We live our life in a selfish existence most of the time. What I'm saying is, for few hours in a week, let's come out of that very shallow zone and let's be open. Let's be open. Okay. Let's forget about disease. Let's think about others. Let's think about helping somebody else in whatever little way you can.
Yeah.
So I had this homeopath who is also a very spiritual guy. He had this depression patient, and this guy was very depressed and he would always be complaining. So this person, homeopath, told him, okay, you are depressed, fine. Why don't you make other people laugh? And this person is like, are you kidding me? I'm depressed. How can I make other people laugh? So he said, like, go to a public place and buy a book of some comedy, jokes, etc. Do you have 10 rupees or $10? He said, yes, I am well-to-do. Can you read? Do you have eyes? Some people don't even have eyes. Some people don't have $10 to buy a book. You have that? Yes, I have it. Take it, go to public place and make other people laugh. And that was very enlightening moment for that person, that my healer is trying to heal me through this very out of box approach. And our brains are designed in such a way that when you're going through struggle, we don't think out of box. See, we generally don't think out of box, but when you're going through suffering,
it's very difficult. Yeah.
It closes. We need to break that. We need to come out of that shell. And when you attach yourself to a process and not the outcome, you will get amazed with the outcome that happens eventually.
That's very good line, that you attach yourself with the process, not the outcome.
Yes. Even in spiritual books, right? Like if you talk about Bhagavad Gita, they say like, okay, do your karma. Don't worry about the outcome or fruits. It is so true. And when you are doing something good, you will be amazed. Amazing people will start
comes back to you, in different ways. Yeah.
The law of reciprocity works. You will meet new people. For example, we are meeting, right? We did not know each other.
Yeah.
If this disease did not happen, what was the chance we would have met? Right?
Exactly.
And I met some amazing people, my business partner in Codebasics. All of that thanks to this disease But when you're right, when I was doing it, I did not have a plan that, okay, I will achieve this. My health will get better. No, I was just doing it with a complete faith. And when you do it, you will be amazed with the transformation. Now, see, if you think about it, when I talk about faith, we live our life with a lot of faith anyway. When you're driving in a bus, you have a faith that the driver will not get into accident.
Yeah.
The driver has a key to your life, but you keep faith, right? You keep faith when you are driving on a bike, when you do anything. We have faith is such an important quality that we all accept. But when it comes to disease and doing these kind of things, we are very calculative. Okay, if I do this, will it help me? Then you do it for 3 months and then you say, okay, no, but this is not helping me. Maybe it helped Dhaval or maybe it helped Nikhil, but maybe it's not for me. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
You just do it with complete faith for a long time. There is no shortcut actually.
Yeah. And that's the judge of this thing. Like, are you really doing it to gain something? Or are you just doing it to just to again, you should not attach yourself to that. Like, you just do it so that probably it's of use to someone other than yourself. And if at 3 months you are thinking, okay, now let me see how much I got back, then again the purpose is defeated. Then again, because you are again attached yourself to it. And then, like you said, I think that is what I've experienced too. Like, when I started this, really didn't know how it would work. We were just we just want to try it as an experiment and we'll just see. The entire motive was that nobody was talking about IBD. Nothing was out there in public. So we just wanted to talk about our experience. Then gradually people connected. And then even even through all my disease, I don't have a stable job, everything. But through this work, I have met so many wonderful people. I've been to so many places, and it has helped me, connect with, I think get so many life experiences that otherwise I would not have done.
Yeah.
And that is a beautiful thing, which would not have happened if I would have, not done this thing. And I would have not, taken up this work. So in a way, when you're helping others, you are helping yourself as well. But if you actively think that, then it will not happen.
Then it will not happen. Yeah, it's kind of very weird.
Yeah. You have to kind of just do it without thinking of yourself. Yeah. And as long as you keep yourself out of it, it will work.
Yes.
But the moment you bring it back to yourself and assess how much you got back, then again, it's then it becomes transactional. No? Then it's you are doing some kind of exchange. So that's not how it works.
And the way transactions work in the universe, in the global way is very different than what you expect. The way we expect is, okay, I give you something, you need to give me back something. But that's not how universe works.
Yeah. It's sometimes it comes back from somewhere else. Give me something from somewhere else, it will come.
In a form, in a shape you would have never expected. Never expected.
Exactly.
And I think we both are kind of living a life where we have got a taste of it.
Yeah.
So we believe in this principle.
Yeah.
But if a new person is starting out, first do it with faith. Once you get a taste of it, that this thing works, there is no looking back.
Exactly.
You don't need any motivation. You don't need to listen to us. Nothing.
Exactly.
You are set. But until you get that, you have to you have to have a faith. And folks, just think about it. What is the other way you have? You got colitis, you got Crohn's, right? And now doctors are doing their thing, whatever, you are taking medicines, diet, whatever. But you have only two options. Only two options. You look at this disease as with optimism or with pessimism.
Yeah.
If you look at it with pessimism, it will be a vicious cycle, because now you will become stressed. If you become stressed, disease activity will go higher.
That makes you more stressed.
It makes you more stressed. It's very logical. Any logical person will immediately agree that you don't have any other way than looking at this with optimism.
Yeah. No, even a lot of the research around happiness and all that also says that, like, the more people do volunteering, the more people do, altruism and selfless service, the more they are happy. Like, that is how, like, no, we don't know why, but that is how it works. And that is what we have to do. And that will help us, again, build that mental resilience, and helping others, like, gives a kind of satisfaction happening. That's healing.
It's healing. Yeah. I was reading an article where they said that the cancer patients who try some, like say painting or poetry, those kind of activities, they get better. Why? Because during that time, let's say if you are doing painting, it's sort of like meditation. Your mind is in a very positive zone. When you're helping others, your mind is in a very positive zone. And you all can do Google about epigenetics and some of the research that has been going on. And epigenetics says the same thing. You are meditating, you are more compassionate, you're going through this emotion of love, care, happiness. Let's say you have a little puppy at your home, right? So you play with puppies, you play with kids, you engage yourself in sports. All these activities are going to give you amazing results. And it's proven in the field of epigenetics already. If, let's say, you're going through colitis or Crohn's, whatever, and if you keep on watching videos on YouTube, if you keep on doing your social media, whatever, it's not gonna help. Instead of that, you can have a choice where you shift how you spend your time. You can shift that, and you can decide that, okay, I will spend my time in only positive things. So this is what I do. Like, if somebody is discussing something negative, I try to stay away from that environment. Even you need to get rid of toxic people in your life. So if you have friends, colleagues who are always complaining, talking about negative, just keep yourself away. They are going to damage you in an extent you would not have even imagined. You can just engage yourself in a very, there are a lot of activities, right? You can watch comedy shows, you can help others, you can do some random act of kindness, meditate, just view your life in a very, very positive spirit. And then the laws of epigenetics will work. Your brain, your body, everything will just come in harmony. I'm not saying it will cure your disease, although I know people who have cured this disease completely. But I'm not an expert and it's not clinically proven. So I'm not going to make big claims here, but 100% it helps in terms of dealing with it in a better way.
Which you have experience from your own lived experience, like. And Dhaval, you talk to a lot of other patients also, people who are going through the disease, and we have our own community. So, what do you think, what do you think should be the role of the community in enabling people to either go on this path or like just to be able to manage the disease better? What do you think that kind of community would look like, and how the people in that community should behave?
See, we have to understand one thing, that if there is somebody who will find the cure, or if there is some organization which will help you, then that's not going to be government. That's not going to be some pharma company. It will be the people like us. And that's the community. So I am very vocal about this. I have published, I think, multiple videos on YouTube. Some people are even shy about discussing this thing in public. And that becomes a hindrance actually. I understand that people have their reasons, right? Social taboos, concerns about employment, all of that. And those are valid reasons. But folks, we have to take little risk and we have to step up and we have to share what has worked with us. If you are, let's say, financially well-to-do, maybe you can help somebody in buying medicines. There are many people who don't even have money to buy Mesacol. Just help people, help them with your knowledge, with your experiences. I know there are some people where they, let's say, don't eat vinegar and they stop some foods and it works for them. Just share those experiences. Maybe somebody will try the same thing and it will work for them too.
Yeah.
So bringing the awareness, bringing community together, helping each other. We are like little family. We are like colitis and Crohn's family.
Yeah.
When I look at you, I feel like you're my brother.
Yeah.
We are connected with this thread. So that helping each other in the spirit of as if you're helping a family is important. And the other thing which is important is breaking those social taboos. Because people don't understand how this, even your family members sometimes don't understand how this disease works. And they will keep on giving you suggestions. Okay, eat this. Okay, you are taking too much tension. Don't do this. People will give random advices. Once they are also aware that what this is, then maybe they will help you better. So, like you were just mentioning this morning about this walk, right? This colitis walk that you want to have in Delhi. Those kind of activities needs to happen so that people understand the nature, the emotional, psychological aspects, and they can support you better. If as a community you bring the awareness in the society, then society will help you better.
Yeah.
If society doesn't understand what this is, then they won't be able to help you. And you'll be like, okay, then you will feel alone, isolated. It helps nobody.
Exactly. And again, it's the same thing. Like you said, there are two choices. Like either we can blame society for isolating us, or we can ourselves step out and at least extend a hand. Like, look, help society understand, look, this is our problem. This is how it is. And it's a bit risky, obviously. And some people might again leave, but in experience, like those people would always leave. But then you gain some friends also. You find other people who are very empathetic, who understand, and that actually helps. And like you said, like I think it has to come from the community itself. Like we only have to take some steps to solve our problems. Otherwise, there are 1,000 problems in this world. Who is going to, themselves be aware about these?
And everybody has their limitation, right? Here we have AIMS and we have government and all these bodies. But there are so many diseases. If you talk about rare diseases, rare genetic diseases, so many.
Yeah.
And even rare, like this kind of autoimmune diseases are also so many. There is rheumatoid arthritis, lupus.
Yeah.
I mean, how much you expect society and government to come forward? It's like we have to take a stand. We have to come forward. Once you take a stand, once you come forward, naturally society and government will start helping you.
Yeah.
But that first step should be taken by us only.
Yeah, that is true. And Dhaval, last question for you, since your time is limited here. So, like you said, like every year you travel to India, and again, this ties back to isolation. I think a lot of us are afraid of stepping even outside of the bed, away from the toilet. And then obviously a part of it has to do with how venereal disease is. But when you are traveling, and that too you are traveling from US to India across, now you are going somewhere else. Like, how do you manage to keep your energy up, and how do you, what steps do you take to ensure that, you don't fall into a flare? And how have you kept this up over the years? Like, how do you manage your disease while traveling?
It's a very good question. Travel becomes a big concern. It is even a concern for me right now. I went through a flare recently, few months back. I was going through a flare. And when I was coming to India, that was the concern I had. Okay, what am I going to do, right? Like with toilet, like going to bathroom and all that. So, one thing where I feel lucky is my wife is very supportive. And when I was coming to Delhi, she told me, no, let's go. And we are going to Rishikesh, IIT Roorkee and all that. She said like, let's go. Nothing is going to happen. Don't worry. So family support has helped me tremendously. Plus I make my little arrangements. So for example, when I travel, I recently went through a flare, so I still have little inflammation while I'm traveling. So I have my enemas with mesalamine enema. It really works great on me. So I carry that with me. And every day night, I take it. Okay. Now, sometimes people think, oh, but how are you going to take it? Just have faith, folks. It's going to work out. You won't believe. It's so amazing. It's going to work out. Food, you will somehow find some ways. Okay. And you can make some arrangements also. Let's say, ripe banana is something that I love. So I make sure that ripe banana is something you get everywhere. So that can serve as a one-time meal for you. Then I keep my oatmeal also. I'm going to go to Hyderabad, for example. I don't like Hyderabad food. It's so spicy. So I will have my oatmeal with me, and you can have Airbnb, or we have our company guest house where we have kitchen. So I will cook my oatmeal on my own. I think learning to cook is going to help you so much.
For IBD patients,
if your colitis IBD,
you should learn to cook.
Learn to cook. And learning to cook is very easy actually. It's not that hard. Simple dal chawal, moong dal and rice. You can cook very easily. It's so nutritious, gives you protein, whatever. And nowadays, folks, we live in this world where you have Airbnbs, etc. Yeah. So take Airbnb, which has kitchen facility, and carry some basic groceries with you. And if you're traveling in India,
an order
see, if you're living in India, it's like so good. You order something from, what is this app?
Instamart and Blinkit.
Blinkit, right? There's a Blinkit. You order something and you get it in like 10 minutes. You're in Delhi, you go out, you find so many shops. So compared to US, I believe here you have so many ways of getting things that you need for your meal requirements, that I think you need to just try it, folks. See, if you're traveling first time, you might face some challenges, but you will learn. Just keep your mind open. You will figure out ways. You will meet people. Right? See, right now we are traveling and I'm at Nikhil's home. His mom took care of my food, non-spicy, bland food. And I will go somewhere. I will meet somebody. I just have faith and some arrangements. And with that, I'm able to travel. Now, of course, let's see if I'm going to US. Let's say we are thinking of going to Alaska for a vacation. Now, then I will have concern that Alaska, okay, food, I don't know.
Different place.
It's a very different place. But if you make some arrangements and if you have a control on your mind, where you can even live with less, it's good.
Yeah, I think a majority, big barrier is like that relationship with food. Like nobody wants to compromise on the taste or the quality of the experience, which is fueled by the, whatever you see on social media or like, so once you get over that you don't need to have what everyone else is having, and you don't associate a place with the food experience, then it gets easier.
Yes.
For you to enjoy any place without, because if you are going any place just for food, then it will be disappointing.
Then it will be disappointing. Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, one more question, Dhaval, like since you are from the field of AI and data and all nowadays, like all these chatbots have come, LLMs and we just recently did a poll that how people are using AI to learn more about the disease, and people are using even as a personal counselor now. And from your perspective, like what are the pros and cons of, using AI to kind of, again, get information or like cope with the disease?
So AI is built on internet. So I think pros and cons are as good as what you get from Google. But it's a little different than Google because you can give a lot of context. So I use AI, I use ChatGPT. Recently I got my colonoscopy report and my doctor's appointment was after 2 days. and I got report PDF on my phone, right? So naturally you are curious. There were some heavy technical jargons which I did not understand. So I took help of ChatGPT. But don't just believe in it, because I have seen that whatever ChatGPT is telling, doctors will tell you a very different thing often. So I go by doctor. I don't use too much my head in terms of using Google or AI. But yeah, if you give AI enough context, then it can give you some suggestions, some lifestyle suggestions which might benefit.
Okay. So what you're saying is kind of to like trust the doctors more rather than
100%.
Yeah. I think there is some risk to, like just trusting, like a lot of people are trusting ChatGPT because I think a lot of people like, are disappointed by doctors and then like it probably gives them something helpful. But again, there is the risk of the opposite thing also that, AI telling you something which may not be real and, because it's not trained on medical data, right? Like it's trained on the internet.
Always believe it's not perfect, folks. I was, in my last flare, when I was taking enema, I had this concern that, okay, I was taking steroid enema and steroid oral. So I'm like, is it too much steroid for my body? So when I talked to ChatGPT said that since you're having inflammation in your colon, when you take steroidal enema, that enema will go in a bloodstream. When I discussed the same thing with my pharmacist, he said, no, that's not going to happen. And I talked to him, a doctor. I'm like, yeah, ChatGPT is actually wrong here.
Okay.
So don't just trust it. Talk to your doctor. Maybe take different opinion. Talk to two different doctors. And go with them. Like first of all, get a very good doctor, because again, doctors may quality, there is a difference. But don't trust AI or don't trust Google blindly. It's wrong many times.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, Dhaval. Thank you for discussing with us. I think I'll just end with like I just want an ending remark from you on, let's say, like if you had to go back on when you were initially getting diagnosed, what advice would you give to, like your younger self, if you could, see somebody like you get good going through the process again? What would you tell them, like a few sentences that you think would kind of help them deal with it a little bit better than, what you had to go through?
A quote from this movie, Three Idiots, comes to my mind.
Okay.
Where he says that all is well.
All is well.
Just tell yourself all is well. It's not end of the universe, not end of your life. It is a setback, of course, but it's like cricket, right? Like, let's say you're playing a cricket. In first over, you lose 2 wickets. It's a setback, but that doesn't mean you are not going to win. Yeah. The third player, fourth player who comes has to play with persistence, strong attitude, and you can win this battle. So just tell yourself all is well.
Thank you so much, Dhaval. It was very nice talking to you.
Thank you very much. And if you have any question, post in the comment box below.
Yeah. If you have any queries or anything to ask to Dhaval, please post your questions in the comments and we will reply to those. Also join our WhatsApp community. Dhaval is also a member. And we have a lot of good people who are willing to, support you. And like we discussed, some part of the dealing with the disease is the medical side, the physical side, but there is also a mental side and an emotional side, which, helps you deal better with the physical side. Once you start, putting yourself out and, start thinking outside of the disease. And don't let yourself be consumed by, the thoughts of a new diagnosis or, the burden of the new diagnosis. And it sounds easier to say than to do. And it's definitely a journey. I think everyone has to go on this journey. But I think it's our duty to say this so that, at least if it can save even 10% of your time, then it's, very
It's
useful.
worth it. 100%. Yeah. So please, folks, join IBD India. The community is doing amazing work. Nikhil and everybody else who is part of the community, they are doing amazing work. So join the community, share your experiences and support in whatever way you can. And in turn, you will also get a lot of support from the community. So please, we'll put the link of the community in the video description. You can join via WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
I think WhatsApp group is the main way.
WhatsApp is the main community.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Have a good day.